Guys, so today we're here for a more casual sit down video about Barbie. I've watched it yesterday. I just wanted to see how I feel about the film a year after watching it because I haven't watched it since opening weekend and the whole phenomenon of Barbenheimer, which was my previous video. So I really wanted to see how I would feel about the film separate from the greater phenomenon. But so it's just going to be a more casual. I don't really have a lot of notes next to me, only just rough things I would like to cover. I thought I'd start with my pros for the film. The obvious one for me, positives wise, is the aesthetic, the set, the costuming. That side of things is phenomenal. I have really nothing negative I could even begin to say about that. It is, it really does just achieve everything you want it to when it comes to the Barbie aesthetic, the bright pink, the dream houses, and all of those things which we were already sold on from the trailers and stuff, so I'm not shocked at all that I love that part, and that a year on I'm still just as impressed by it, because that side of things was never anything that I didn't click with. I do think the soundtrack for the film is also quite good. I think it serves very well for creating the fun atmosphere, especially in the first act when the Barbies are just in their day-to-day everything is wonderful and good phase. Also, the acting is phenomenal. Again, Margot Robbie and Ryan Gosling are great. I mean, the entire cast is stacked. There are so many great actors in it, and that everyone just looks like they're having a really good time. I think that's what makes the film so fun, is that it's very clear that everyone in it is just having a great time being there and could kind of let loose a bit more with this, which was great. My positives are all very general for the film. I think the general tone is quite good. I think it's directed well. Greta Gerwig did a great job directing. All of those things are very good. I think, for me, we'll get to my cons now since this is only a shorter video. But for me, a big thing is just the film didn't really click for me personally. I understand objectively why other people really like it and completely understand that, but for me there's just something where I couldn't quite connect. I originally thought, oh, maybe that's because I was so enthralled by Oppenheimer, and that's why I really wanted to test this away from that weekend, whether I would feel more about Barbie now that I have had time to sit with the films separately. However, I don't know, I still have this thing where I'm it's a good film, but I don't feel a need to really watch it again. It doesn't do a whole lot for me personally. Even there's just some disconnect for me where I just can't quite get into it in the same way that everyone else seems to really love it. I think it's a good, well-made movie, and it's a fun movie, but not something where I feel it's necessary to watch again. I also do think part of my personal issue with that might be the commentary that the film attempts, the feminist ideology that it shows, which I don't obviously disagree with. I think it's just because they were trying to attempt this commentary on a very broad-based level. For me personally, as someone who is very well acquainted with the more detailed, specific versions of that commentary, this general base sense of what the patriarchy is, and that's not something I needed told to me this blatantly, because I fully understand it and have lived in the world long enough to know it, where I didn't need it just said at me as I think blatantly and directly as this film does. And so I think for people who haven't read a lot on radical feminism, haven't interacted with a lot of media that covers this, the film is great because it's the first, for some people it probably is the first time where it's laid out for them this directly, but for me I don't need it laid out for me, and I do think that's probably part of why I don't connect with the film in the same emotional sense as a lot of people, because I'm I have sat with this already. I don't feel a need to be told that I'm sitting with that reality when I am well aware already. So I do think that is probably part of my issue. Some of the commentary too just it feels a little shallow at points. Like, I don't, just saying it at me, like, I feel is a very unnecessary, almost, I think, for a film that, let's be honest, was mainly targeted at women. I think in some sense kind of assumes that women don't understand living life in a patriarchal society as a woman, and felt a direct need to tell us this is what it is like to live a life you're already living. Is, I don't know, it feels a little redundant, and therefore I think that makes the commentary that the film is attempting feel a little excessive, and like I'm almost being spoken down to in a sense, because it just doesn't, I don't know, I don't know how to fully articulate what I mean. I hope it's coming across kind of, at least the feeling I get from it. But yeah, I really want to, like, I understand the commentary, I understand why it comes across how it does. I do think it's a good commentary to make. I just think it's very surface level and basic, which I'm sure for many people who are not, again, as well read on it, have not spent as much time consuming media that dissects that, it probably is very effective commentary. But I just don't need that commentary said to me on the surface level. I think even like more, it would be more helpful to cover more of stereotypes that Barbie as a concept does perpetrate, because I do think that we only really get like this, a snippet of that, when really we probably should have gotten more of that. For instance, like when we're introduced to Sasha, like the commentary that she gives about how like Barbie is the stereotype and how that has been harmful, like, do I think that maybe we should have explored that idea further and the misconceptions of that idea, which I do think we cover on a base level. But to have the one time we kind of mention that B is like the angsty teen who, for whatever reason, is like disconnected from this now, feels a little reductive, when we could have further explored that alongside the point of Barbie becoming more human and understanding the nuance of being human and the nuance of being a woman, and understanding how the world treats that. But yeah, I don't know, I really am so torn with my feelings regards to the commentary of this film, because again, I do think that it is inherently good base level feminist commentary, but I do think it needed to attempt to go a little further, because it does at the end of the day just kind of give you like the basic feminist talking points without further exploring them. And then we're kind of left with this feeling of, well, I've been told the thing, what else am I meant to do with that? Where are we meant to go with this commentary when you've just kind of said patriarchy is bad? That's it. But yeah, so other than that, I don't really have a lot to say about Barbie. I think in general, like, I gave it a 3 out of 5 stars on Letterboxd. I don't have a lot to say about the film. I don't really feel a whole lot from it. I'm just like, it's a movie, it's good, it does the job, I guess. It just isn't for me, and I probably will not watch it again. I don't really think I get much from it. I completely understand why other people do and why it clicks for them. I just, for some reason, have a real disconnect from the film, that it just isn't for me. But so yeah, next video will be Oppenheimer to complete this kind of series of videos. Previous one being, of course, about Barbenheimer as a phenomenon. This one just my general thoughts on Barbie a year later, and then next one will also be Oppenheimer a year later, which I can almost guarantee will be far longer and far more detailed than this one, because I have continued to have so much to say about Oppenheimer and so much praise to give that film. So yeah, I dare say that one will probably be a little more interesting of a video than this, because I don't know if my Barbie commentary really adds anything. I think there are many people who have talked about this film and have had far more to say about it. Anyway, my name's Danae Brazel. If you liked the video, please like it. And if you want to see more from me, please subscribe. You can also follow me on Instagram and TikTok. I'm a makeup and special effects artist, so all my work for those things is there. And eventually it might make its way into the YouTube channel. I don't really know yet. Yeah, if you enjoy it and want to see more from me, please just do those things. It'd be greatly appreciated. All those things will be linked down below. And yeah, I'll see you in the next video. Bye.